Evaluate this statement. Up north, people are not friendly, however, they can be inviting. Down here, people are friendly and not inviting. Here's what I mean by that. I can get money with you if we're up north.
Yeah.
And now it's like we're cool because we're on a mission together. But initially, I'm not friendly with you at all.
I'm throwing up those brick walls. I'm
not friendly with you at all. But once there's a rationale for a relationship, we're cool now.
There needs purpose. There needs purpose of why I'm going to spend my time in a relationship with you.
Yeah.
But I love the way you flip that and said they're fighting. Say that again.
So
it's more about inviting.
Yeah, it's absolutely inviting, but not friendly.
Yeah.
But then there's friendly and not inviting.
We're dressing up, going to the all white, fast at the swanky place at the country club. Hang out with you over here, but I'm not going to put you in this environment. Does that make sense? So that's something I've experienced where trying to call it what it is, upper crust or different classes of people. I actually did a podcast a couple of years ago called Class Jumping. A lady was doing it. She's out of Chicago. And she's like, do you think you class jumped? And I was like, what the hell does that mean? But so our point, to your point, being invited, right? But or being warned, but not being invited to the country club to the big ball, right? You got to make sure that you know which side of what fork you eat off of and what spoon you eat off of. Like I didn't go to finishing school, man. I didn't go to finishing school.
That's all Hampton's expertise. No, that's all Hampton. Think about a name called Hampton. And what's like clearly, when someone says they're Hampton, when someone says they're Hampton,
The third.
the third.
And it's got a nice ring to it, except for when you're like 8 or 9 years old, you lose your front teeth and you can't say the, and you say tuh. So I was Richard Hampton Scurlock the Turd.
Oh.
And my neighbor who's 8+ years old, still lives, next to my parents, still calls me the Turd. He jokes and thinks it's hilarious. So it's been a running gag with him for 40+ years.
It's a different gene.
I'm 50. There we go. We're about taking turns and getting directions. I know my wife is from the country. I'm a city boy, but they're very warm out in the country in Kentucky. And sometimes you don't get cell phone signal and you'll lose signal and you have to ask for directions. And they are very warm and they're friendly and they're going to tell you, turn by where the old barn used to be. And you're like, the old barn used to be. It's gone. I'm not going to. But they give you some very interesting directions when you're in the backwoods of Kentucky and you get lost for a long.
Expect you to know.
Yeah, they may. But there's a lot of stuff to keep up with. And running a small business is hard. And you shouldn't have to be an editor, an actor, a brand strategist too. Our friends at Bespoke Marketing, they help you look great while doing the things that you do best. Visit them at bespokemarketing.org. Bespoke Marketing, connections tailor-made.
Let's talk about a time, because we're both realtors, so realtor gang in the house, so we, love that. And talk about when you had a deal take a surprising turn.
Sorry, man. I know this is your recording stuff. I just got chills and I'm a little choked up about this. And then, I'm very real. Like when I first started this, I was like, I don't have much of a filter. So about 3 years ago, right? Real estate's going good. I have a client that had 32 properties. 27 properties. 27 properties. We're going to sell for more than $1 million. And he said, I'm ready to sell it. So I went out and did the work, had both sides of it.
Okay.
Had both sides of it. Someone says, cash, we're closing in 10 days. He signs the contract. And we get to about 2 days before closing. He says, I'm not selling. So we're not selling. And I'm going to stop it right here. I'm telling you now, I didn't have a buyer's agreement. I didn't have a buyer's agreement. I didn't have any listing agreements. All I had was a paper contract. And so I own it. I wear it because I was going through a time like I was ascending. Like okay, great. This is another $1 million deal. This is gonna be like 60 grand in my pocket. Now I'm having a nice little level set base, and I'm gonna get ready to fly. I'm getting ready to perpetuate. I just bought a house, built a house with a girl. Like life was happening, and then it stopped, and that crushed me mentally, emotionally. I'm telling you, bro, I cried for 3 days, like shook at home. So that took a big turn. And I'm telling you, as I sit here now, you've known me for what, 7, 8, 9, 10 years now? How much have you seen me in the last couple of years? Like I just came back to East. I was ducking out, because that tripped me up for a little bit. I'm like, I failed in the most miserable way. It affected my son's school. It affected bills. it affected what I was doing. It affected my story. It was affecting my show. Talk about being like an actor. It affected my show out in the streets of real estate. Yeah, that's very raw and real right now. But I bounced back from it, and here I am taking shots and still staying.
Definitely appreciate you sharing that, man. I think there's a misconception about how real estate agents even get paid remotely close, right, to how they get paid. You're thinking about how, on a fundamental level, we are only attached to one outcome, and that is when business transacts. That's when property transacts. Everything else doesn't really matter. There is no consolation prizes in this business for investors. We're only, we're benefiting when there's something that's happening. We don't benefit from the research. I don't benefit from showing you property. It's just leaning towards that one outcome. There isn't any, and I'm not gonna say it's a zero-sum game, because there's room for all of us to thrive. At the same time, that is a real dynamic that I think people don't understand. And I don't want to ever play with someone's life. Now, due diligence is due diligence, right? So I can, look at any type of deal, and now you start digging into the numbers. Now we have a separate conversation. Okay, it's due diligence now. We're noticing that things aren't as they appear. And that's a separate conversation to have as far as why I'm pulling out or why I'm walking away. At the same time, though, it is people, are looking to either sell for their purposes or purchase or buy for their own purposes. Appreciate you sharing that, man. I mean, really good. There's something special about helping people find home in this city, Louisville. What's that for you?
I love it. Again, I get chills. And let me go back to what you were talking about. I'll do this real quick, but trading that time, like putting that work in, there's no consolation prize, right? But I was so honored and flattered and just floored that you guys even asked me to be on air. And when you did, I thought, jumping at this chance. Usually, this is my lead gen time, man. A lot of people say, well, I do from 9 to 12. I do from 9 to whatever they do. I like that lunch to like a 2 or 3 hour. Oh, good. And we'll get another time. I won't take up time here, but there's a special reason why I do my lead gen from like 10 to 2 every day, right in the middle of the day. But when I had the opportunity to be here with the Investor Tribe, to me, it was worth it. I feel like I'm cheating on myself by not making my lead gen calls now. But for you guys, it didn't matter. Like I quit real estate just